all right? We're giving you that chance, Kimberly. If you want this to go away, tell us other people involved.
Sit down!
Sit.
Now listen, honey, your boyfriend Hunter has gone away for 20 years to life. He's never coming out. Now, you talk to your lawyer. He'll tell you that if you actively help us convict these men, the least you'll get is a sentence reduction. At best, full indemnity from prosecution.
My lawyer says you've got jack shit.
Well, he's not the one facing 15 years for conspiracy to murder. And 15 years is a long time. You cooperate, that can be halved. So 15 years or 7, you do the math.
I'm not afraid of jail.
7 years, you can still get out with your tits pointing north. 15 years, and that pert little ass will slowly turn to porridge. Your ovaries will shrivel up like prunes. When you walk out, no one will look at you. No one will employ you. And all you'll have to look forward to is menopause in some rent-assisted shit-house in Whoopsville.
Look in the mirror, sweetheart.
I want LDs in every room in the house, and I want her on 24-hour surveillance.
You got it. She's loyal. She's not going to give up Hunter. She's a woman in love. She's delusional.
Right, speaking. Where? OK, we'll be on our way. We've got another body.
Not sure whether we've got a murder or straight deceased.
It's a time mark on a left car suggestion may have been run over, but nothing that says heavy impact. No glass, paint, clothes are intact.
Who found her?
Joe would call it in at 5:30 a.m.
We got a name?
No, I can't find any ID. No purse, no handbag, nothing.
Crime scene, the running test, and the tread pattern.
She's missing a shoe as well.
This wasn't a hit and run. She was no pedestrian. What else we got?
One set of footprints, a work boot size 11 or 12, and a man's handkerchief.
So only the one set of footprints, nothing from her? All right. She didn't die here. She was dumped here. The car drove over as he left, which means somewhere out there is another crime scene. We need to find it.
You had a chance to get that letter of recommendation for childcare in?
No, I haven't.
Can I ask why not?
Well, I don't see why you should get preferential treatment over other mothers on the waiting list.
I really need this.
Yeah, so do lots of other
Got a
people.
lead on our Jane Doe.
Girl by the name Madeline Birch was reported missing earlier this morning by a flatmate. Says they went out to a pub, got drunk. They were hanging out with, and I quote, a bunch of rugby jock types, not their type. Bad jokes, polo shirt. Says that Madeline left, got in a taxi cab as the last the flatmate saw of her. Described the driver as 40s, Eastern European appearance, and dark hair.
Mild strangulation marks are also present around the throat. Contusions around the victim's wrists, mouth, thighs, and genital area.
So we're looking at a sexual assault?
Possibly. She had sex prior to death, rough sex. Whether that was consensual, that's for you to decide.
Stick your neck out, Vince, and give us your opinion.
I deal in evidence. How you interpret it is up to you, Superintendent.
You're an expert in forensic medicine. You know what? You're one of the privileged few who can give an opinion.
So what did she die of?
Asphyxiation. We found bile in her lungs. Around the mouth there is bruising and indentation caused by fingernails pressing sharply. We also found white fibers in her mouth. A piece of material has been placed in her mouth.
What, like a handkerchief?
Possibly, yes. The object has triggered a reflex action, but with her mouth clamped tight, she was unable to expel. She choked on her own vomit.
Until the offender is apprehended, we're advising women to exercise extreme caution while travelling alone, particularly at night. We're also requesting that the taxi driver who picked up Madeline Birch at the Orpheus nightclub contact police, and any member of the public with relevant information should contact their local police station or call the Crime Stoppers number. Thank you.
You make us all look good, Patricia.
That's doing my job, sir.
I spoke to a little bird about your promotion. Just between you and me and the big bloke upstairs, it's looking good.
Hello, Victoria speaking.
Do you own a polo shirt?
Should I?
Do you?
No.
Well, in that case, I'm going to take you for dinner. I'm thinking the boathouse.
Oh, I have to work late tonight.
Well, delegate.
Yeah, like around here.
I'm booking the table for 8, so don't be late.
Do you think she's made us?
I don't care if she has. Let us sweat.
Doesn't look to me like the sweating type.
She's in way over her head.
You think so?
Or do you think she's controlling the affair?
I think she's enjoying it.
Hunter's got her on a string.
Yeah, maybe. Shouldn't underestimate her. That's all I'm saying.
Sorry, ma'am. Maybe you might find another cab. There's a rank around the corner.
You just cost me a $50 fare.
We'll make it up pretty quick, I'm sure. This won't take very long. What's your name, sir?
Nowitzki.
Mr. Nowitzki. Sure you're aware we're conducting random licence and registration checks in the area?
Yeah, while you're conducting, we go broke.
Are you licensed to driver's cab, sir?
Yes.
OK, that looks nothing like you.
I look better in the flesh, no?
Can I see your driver's licence, please?
I'm
If I take a look. The driver's licence, Mr. Roman Wisniewski, this looks much more like you. Do you mind stepping out of the cab for me, please?
I admit I am using my friend's license just to make some money on the side, you know. Away from the eye of
Step
the
out of the cab, please, sir.
taxman who likes nothing better in life but to bust my
Step out
balls.
of the cab for me, please, sir.
Come on. I need to get the cab back. Couldn't you just write me a ticket?
Do you prefer doing this down the station?
Wiz what? Yeah, Wisniewski. You want to spell that for me? Wisniewski. Yep.
Yeah, I know. I'm missing a nasty piece of work.
3 years Long Bay for aggravated sexual assault, a couple of rape charges dismissed for lack of evidence.
Bring him down the station.
Bring him in.
OK, can you tell us where you were between 1 and 3 a.m. this morning?
You ask me about my license. Anything else, I don't
We
want to answer.
contacted the owner of the cab you drove and he confirms you had a Saturday night shift.
So why you ask me? You know
So
everything.
where did your shift take you?
Sydney?
Where in Sydney? King's Cross?
It's Sydney,
Can
isn't
you be
it?
more specific, please, sir? Did you get a botany?
Why do you keep asking me this
Answer the
question?
question, please.
I know why. It's the dead girl. And I can tell you right now, I had nothing to do with it.
Well, can you tell us where you were between 1 and 3 a.m. this morning?
I already told you I don't have to answer these questions, only about my taxi license.
And you know why you don't have your licence, don't you? Because no one's a convicted sex offender driving their daughter home.
Detective Wright, why am I not surprised?
You're speaking to a detective superintendent now. Show some respect.
Superintendent now. They promote you for what? Stitching up innocent
Oh,
people.
no one stitched you up.
Well, the judge and the 12-person jury did not agree, but that's not enough for you. Here you are, trying
If you want
again.
to clear your name, tell us where you were between 1 and 3 a.m. It's very simple.
Asleep in the cab.
Oh, so you're telling us that you were asleep during your Saturday primetime shift?
Can anyone verify that?
How do I know I was asleep?
Get the boys to take him downstairs and charge him.
With what?
Well, driving under a false identity will do for a start.
So you tried this guy for rape?
Oh, I put him away for a minor sexual assault, but there are other cases that fell over at committal. The one decent brief we get, the judge rules his prior convictions inadmissible. Then his barrister tears the victim's sexual and psychological history to shreds on the stand.
So what?
Yep.
Murder doesn't fit his profile.
Oh, no, his profile matches. Just at this time, he's made sure that she can't take the stand.
Just wait here a moment. Boss. We may have another victim. Man's just come in saying that his girlfriend was raped by a cabbie a couple months ago.
Okay, bring him in.
Do you want to come in, sir?
Yeah, thanks.
Simon, this is Superintendent Patricia Wright.
Take a seat.
I think this rapist killer's the same bastard that attacked my girlfriend. She refuses to talk about it. All I know is Mayna's normally a fun, happy woman, and the night she got into that taxi, everything changed.
I take it that you didn't report it to the police? Do you think she'd agree to talk to me?
We were on the M4 when he asked me if I could afford the full fare. I said I could. He said he had students running off without payment. And he wanted proof. I only had $10, but I assured him my boyfriend would cover it at the other end. The next thing I knew, he was taking this exit ramp off the freeway. I heard the sound of the central lock clicking. He put up in this industrial estate. There was no one around. He started demanding payment. I tried to get out. But he grabbed my arm. And I screamed, but there was no one. He twisted my arm so hard. And then he pulled out this knife from under his seat. And I knew, when I looked in his eyes, that I could die there. And he was calling me all sorts of names. And all I could think was that I would live or I would die, depending on what I did.
What did you do?
I chose to live.
you did the right thing.
Did I?
Yes, you have to stand up to this man.
I'm not taking this any further. If I go to court with this, no one is going to believe my story.
Hello, Mr. Wisniewski, how you doing?
What do you want?
We're here to offer you the chance to take part in an identification parade in relation to a sexual assault and murder which took place in Botany on October the 10th. There's also another sexual assault which took place in Parramatta on the 19th of August. You want to take part?
Do you want to take part in this ID parade, yes or no?
So you can try and load me up again? Screw you!
Boss, we haven't got a warrant.
Hey!
So even if you find something, we can't use it.
Where you going?
Nice place you got. Now, we need you to come down the station and submit to a DNA test. You can say no if you want, but I can get a court order.
You already have my DNA on file since that first time you tried to fit me up.
Oh, it's been lost. Damn shame. Looks like we'll have to take some more.
I didn't kill that girl. What makes you think I did?
Because you like to hurt women. Because you're a sadist. Because when you see their fear, you don't need medical assistance to get a hard on.
What the hell's got into you?
I'm just doing my job.
Well, step back, boss. You're not on the tools anymore.
You know that girl his lawyer got stuck into? She killed herself. She's violated all over again by the criminal justice system. I mean, he pumps himself up so he can force himself on women while a young girl lies 6 feet under. And this animal has sexually assaulted at least a dozen women that I know of. He doesn't know he can get away with it. And he knows he can get away with it because he knows that most women won't go to court to fight it. And they don't go to court to fight it because they know that we have an adversarial judicial system that supports the offender.
Well, I thought that situation had improved.
Well, have you been listening to anything I've been saying?
Well, we are on the same side here.
No, it's just this man. He thinks he can take vulnerable women, force them into sexual acts and get away with it. He thinks he's immune from justice. And I can't guarantee the victim that she won't be the one on the stand. These $400 a minute silk won't go into a full sexual history or pull out of side files, you know, or use anything to suggest that she's unstable or a liar.
Well, she has you on her side.
You know, I didn't stop him last time. Now he's at it again.
Well, you know, next time, I insist on paying.
It gets you, doesn't it? Letting the little woman pay.
Let's just say I am old-fashioned.
Get over it.
Okay, from now on, you can pay every time.
Okay, that's fine.
Well, I told you how much I like you. And how I have waited all day to take you home to bed. I'll grab something on the way, shall I?
French. Please leave a message.
Yeah, hey, it's me. Got the champagne. Fill the glasses. Patricia! Patricia, it's me!
This is Patricia Wright. Please leave a message.
Hi, it's me again. Look, I'm starting to get worried, Pat. I mean, I came round, I knocked, you weren't there. I mean, if you are, could you pick up? Dad, please. If you're there, would you pick up the phone?
Hey, sorry I missed you before. I must have been in the shower. Yeah, I mean, it's probably just as well. I've got a, early start tomorrow. Big day, yeah. Yeah, me too. Okay. Okay, bye.
You got anything?
She hasn't left the house. She's had no visitors.
Anything on the old days?
Nothing but domestic crap, some music, bit of TV.
Did she make any phone calls?
No, quiet as.
Too quiet. She probably tipped us.
Oh, great. We got a blonde who doesn't know she's a blonde.
Yeah, we got something.
You getting this, Slim?
Courier. Giving her a package.
Right. I want you to jam the courier a block away. I want to know everything about that package.
Got it.
What are you looking at? What are you looking at, beautiful boy? I couldn't organise any childcare. Mum and Dad are going to come and pick him up at 8. Look, I probably should have told you, but I'm doing all this on my own now. The leader's left. She reckons I'm married to the job. You okay?
Hello?
Zamina, it's Patricia Wright.
Look, I need you to come down to the office and look at some photos.
No.
Look, just please hear me out. I'm not asking you to give a statement, just help us identify the man that attacked you.
You must have some other way of pursuing this.
No, you're the only lead we've got.
Come on, please, just... and help us get this bastard off the streets.
Okay. Just photos.
Thank you.
Yeah, there's a brand new mobile phone. The courier says that she opened it in front of her, said she seems surprised to get it.
Who sent it?
Doesn't know, it wasn't an official booking. Says some guy flagged her down in the city, gave her $50 to deliver it to Kimberly's address.
Did you get a description?
Yep, 6'2", mid-30s, maybe 40. Anglo, brown hair. That's all she can remember.
Thanks. Can I get a message to her?
Yeah, we're not going to hear shit either. His phone's going to be unregistered and untraceable.
Thanks for coming in. We're still collating the photos, so can I get you a coffee?
Water? Thanks.
Look, you're on surveillance.
I wanted to be here for the photo day. Remind me again how we're linking Roman to this murder.
Well, you've seen his list of priors.
Still don't have any physical evidence.
Yeah, well, we'll find some. It's a big night last night. Not an issue for you, Moosies. Maybe I should convert. Shit. Malik, can you cover for me?
You okay?
Yeah, I'm fine. I've just got Zamina waiting. She's in a bit of a state. Thanks.
Yeah, Colonel. The doctor. Pat's just tied up with a phone call at the moment. She could be a while. I'll take a message. Can you take a look at these photos, please, and tell me if there's anyone you recognise? Do you recognise anyone?
Zamina.
Number 6.
You're absolutely sure. Can you take another look, please? I know it's hard. I need you to look properly. I need you to be sure.
It was him.
No, you can't go yet.
That was the deal.
Zamina, without your evidence.
I told you, no
Yes,
statement.
but without it, we don't have enough to charge him. You've got to. Look, it'll just be you, me, and the tape recorder. That's it.
You know better than anybody what will happen if it goes to trial. No one will believe my story.
No, your story's compelling. People will believe you.
That I went down on him? Would you go to court with that?
Come on, he had a knife. You
I
had no
asked you a
choice.
question.
If I felt that I had enough evidence that could convict, and that evidence would save other women, then yes, I would.
Good for you.
Zamina, what have you got to lose?
Look, I had a go at telling the truth to somebody who said that he loved me. Let's say there was no resistance with me packing my bags.
Zamina, if you change your mind, call me.
Suspect heading towards Malabar along Anzac Parade.
Right, she's on her way to the jail. She's going to see Hunter.
She's got a message for him.
So the phone was for, get a message to Hunter through her.
Visitors areas, jam with cameras.
He's right, Jim. Get on to the jail, see if we can get some footage.
She's pulled into the visitors' car park. What do you want me to do?
Just park and wait.
Okay.
Yeah, Detective Constable in here from Major Crime News.
This is Detective Sergeant Travis. Look, we need to monitor a conversation between an inmate you've got there, Ryan Hunter, and his girlfriend, Kimberly White. We believe she's on her way there now. We'd love to get whatever footage you can get from that meeting. Great. Oh, yes, slab.
Koa, I need you to organise a search and arrest warrant for Roman Wisniewski.
What's going on? You're going to bring this guy in?
What, you got a problem with that?
We've got nothing on the bloke.
Look, I can't keep letting him walk the streets, Malik. People are
There's
at
nothing
risk.
that connects him, boss, to Madeline. You've got no evidence,
Well,
no
the
witness.
taxi driver that Madeline got into the car with was described as being dark, European.
But there's nothing that connects him.
Yeah, we'll find it.
What are you going to arrest him for?
For the Zamina
Not
rape.
even there. You've got no physical evidence, no victim statement.
No, we've got her picking him out on tape. Now, that counts for something.
It's not enough.
Do it. What?
And we push this and we jeopardise what we can do.
What are you arresting me for? Get on! What's in charge?
If he keeps resisting, cuff him.
So what are we looking for?
I've already told you, a knife for starters. Silvery knife, 4 inches.
Yeah, I don't understand. What case are we following here?
Let's see this. He's got porn in every room. He's got like 200 magazines. He's got boxes of DVDs. I mean, he keeps it all. He keeps this shit.
No. Did you find any knives outside?
Rusty fishing knives, nothing's been used as a weapon, though.
Okay, balaclavas. No. All right, keep looking.
Balaclavas? Of course, no one's mentioned balaclavas. What are you talking about?
We don't know what this man's MO is, okay? But what we do know is that he drives a cab. He rapes women. Zamina has positively identified him.
Mr. Wisniewski, you've been picked from a photo identification parade as the person accused of sexually assaulting one Zamina Da Silva in a taxi cab on August the 19th of this year. What do you have to say about that?
This is why you brought me here?
Do you or do you not recall picking up Zamina Da Silva in your cab on August the 19th?
I don't know names. You tell me where.
You picked her up in the university grounds at Macarthur.
Yeah, I remember. The student. She had some South American blood. She was a hot one.
So tell me what happened. Your version.
I picked up this girl. She wanted to go to the inner city. It's a long cab fare. 60, maybe 70 bucks. She looks like she doesn't have the money to pay. I asked her if she's got the money, and she said, no, she doesn't, but she asked me if there was some other way she could pay. Yeah. I'm a red-blooded man. What am I to do?
So what happened?
I pulled off the freeway and quiet spot. She took me in her mouth. Happens all the time. Girls today, they don't care.
Smart. He's not denying that he had in a cab. He's making this all about consent.
Well, it's been told to me that you used a knife to physically threaten the woman, to force her into having sex with you.
What knife? Show me that knife. There was no knife. Just a silly girl who couldn't pay her fare.
You may have got away with this once, but I'm not gonna let it happen again. I won't let it, because I'm gonna see you back in jail. Suspect heading into Central Station. Hey, Mum, everything okay? Yeah, well, he's a baby, Mum. That's what they do, remember? I'll throw him in the car and take him for a ride around the block or something. All right, well, if he doesn't want to sleep, he doesn't want to sleep. Jesus, Mum, just forget about it. Why is this so bloody difficult? It's not like you didn't have 5 kids of your own. All right, whatever you decide to do is going to be fine, okay? Just, I gotta go. Case and you lost her.
Kimberly wanted to get lost.
Well, she certainly picked the right officer to try it on, didn't she?
Callus, get a pass alert out on all international ports and liaise with the bank. See when and if she's accessing ATMs or credit.
Yeah, got the footage.
a girl on a wedding day, doesn't she?
We'll get a lip reader to go over this, so I know exactly what she's saying.
She said the custody sergeant from City Central on the phone wanted to know what we're doing with Roman.
Well, I've got another hour before I need to let him go. If I need him longer, I'll apply for a detention warrant.
What's the point?
It'll give us another 8 hours.
Is there something I don't know about?
An interstate truckie thinks he witnessed the attack on Madeline.
The truckie said he just picked up a load from this container terminal over here. He was driving past and he saw a taxi parked here with his lights turned off. Thought the cabbie was in trouble and slowed down. He said his headlights picked up a man leaning into the back door of the taxi, what seemed to be a woman sitting in the back seat. As soon as the cabbie realised that the truckie was slowing down, he jumped back in his car and sped off.
The truckie get a look at him?
No, he said the man kept his face away from him. Well, was middle-aged, solid build.
Recognise the cab company?
Black and red.
It's the same as Roman's.
Hey, I found something.
It's Madeline's shoe. Right, looks like we found the primary crime scene. I want every rock, every blade of grass searched and moulds taken of every tyre track.
Come on, boss. Forensics found no evidence in Roman's cab.
Then he must have had access to another cab. We find that cab and the evidence will link him to this.
We have to check all your cabs.
You're kidding me. I've got over 50 cabs on the road all over Sydney. Even if I wanted to, I couldn't do it.
I don't care what you have to do, okay?
Mate, you can kick up a stink all you want, but these guys aren't going to come back until they've finished their shift.
Tell me, what happens if a cab comes back dirty?
Look, the cars have to come back clean. That's the rule. If they don't, we find the driver, we take it out of his pay. They soon wise up.
Okay, what, do you keep a record of that, someone?
All on the computer.
I think cabs come back dirty Sunday morning.
9 or 10.
Any with vomit in them?
Yeah, 1. We charge the driver for it.
Which driver?
I'll have to check.
John Clemmer?
What's going on?
Police, we have a warrant to search these premises. That's your copy.
You're not allowed to interfere with the execution of the warrant. It's all there. Hey, hey!
What are you doing in my house?
Police, madam, we have a warrant to search these premises.
You must have made some mistake.
Malik. Just found these in his drawer.
Are these yours?
Father's Day, I bought them for him, so what?
Pack of 3. Where's the other one?
Must have lost it.
When'd you do that?
I'll need your boots too, please. John Clemmer, I'm arresting you in relation to the murder of Madeline
rest
Burge.
my ass.
I'm not
He's
obliged
got
to
to
say
write a sheet
anything,
tonight.
but you advise anything you do say may be recorded and later used in evidence. Do you understand?
It's nothing. They must have got the wrong block. I'll be back for tea.
Come on.
When you match the tyres on that taxi, I want to know, okay?
Huh? What do you mean you still got Roman?
I'm applying for a detention warrant.
No, this is crazy, boss. There's nothing even linking him to the offence. Everything adds up to this Clemmer bloke being our boy.
We haven't even interviewed Clemmer yet.
But you got nothing on Roman. Boss, you got to let him go.
Oh, don't tell me my job, Malik.
I'm not. I'm trying to cover your ass, remember?
You should get that light fixed.
So, John, as I mentioned earlier, we're investigating the murder of Madeline Burge. His body was found dumped at Port Botany early on Sunday morning, okay?
What does it mean?
Well, were you driving a cab that night?
Yeah, no, I was.
Okay, at the scene, we found shoe prints that appear to match the soles of your work boots. Any idea how they got there?
Plenty of blokes wear the same boots as me.
Okay. Also, at that scene, we found tyre tread patterns that forensic examiners had matched to the cab you drove that night. Is there anything you want to say about that? That same tyre tread pattern was later discovered on the leg of the deceased. We also have a witness report that says a cab matching the description of the one you drove was seen parked at 357 Portside. Later, we found a hanky that matches ones taken from your house, and we believe once tests are carried out, that handkerchief will contain your DNA and traces of vomit from the dead girl. Do you care to comment on any of that?
She fell asleep in the cab.
Okay, you want to talk us through what happened?
She was pretty. Her dress was up her thigh. She was out of it. So I thought, She won't even remember.
And that's when you drove the body. Okay, what happened then?
I pushed her back on her seat, and I pulled down my pants. And I gave her one. And she woke up and started screaming. I wanted her to stop. I put my hanky in her mouth, and I didn't mean to kill her.
Sorry, folks. Unless you're going to charge him, I have to let him go.
Can you give us a minute?
Sure.
Look, this Clemmer bloke's DNA may not be on the hanky.
Oh, so we've got the tire tread man, we've got his boots. We've even got his confession.
We don't know that Robert wasn't involved. Maybe they worked on this together.
Boss, it's over. We've got to let him go. Unless you've got some other evidence to hold him that I don't know about.
Are you going to tell me what the hell's going on?
Just shut up and pull over here.
It's obviously personal, but if you've got trouble with anything, just tell me.
Just wait here, okay? You spineless piece of shit. You called her your delicate little Rose and then you kicked her out the door.
I did not kick her out.
Oh,
She
did
left.
you go after her? No, you didn't. Why not? Because you couldn't cope, could you?
She wouldn't let me near her.
You know why she wouldn't let you near her? Because she felt judged and ashamed.
What judged?
Yes, she did what she did to survive. What would you rather, that she'd been beaten to death? Huh? That we found her dead in a gutter? You look at me.
No.
Huh? The rapist had a knife. She was forced to perform oral sex at night point, and that is what you can't cope with. That she sucked another man's dick, and that is why the rapist gets away with it. You look at me. That is why the rapist gets away with it, because he knows the law will question it, just like you.
It was my job to protect her, and I couldn't.
You didn't need to protect her. You just needed to understand she was in pain. Actually, you were the one that needed to be protected. Zamina knew that. Why didn't you think she told you? Because she knew you couldn't cope. You were the one. Don't you touch me! With keys. Like, you are hopeless. You all are. Unless it's about you. Unless it's always about you. Unless you control everything. You kill everything. Fuck everything.
Sorry about that. Go find your girl, Simon. Sort it out.